If you've ever thought to yourself, I'd love to take a peaceful, scenic walk while also deeply questioning my life choices, then Crombie Country Park is the place for you. Nestled in the rolling, or at least slightly lumpy, landscape of Angus, this former reservoir-turned park offers everything you could want from a woodland walk: trees, water, and the occasional honking goose determined to remind you who's boss. Before we dive into the joys of Crombie, a quick word. If you enjoy self-inflicted suffering in the form of mildly educational, occasionally funny, and always brutally honest walkthroughs of Scottish places, why not subscribe to Highland Explorer? We bravely go where many have gone before, but with significantly more complaining. Crombie Country Park, for those unfamiliar, is essentially nature's attempt at a well-organised outdoor experience. You arrive, you park, you debate whether you need your waterproofs. Yes, always yes. And then you embark on a circuit of Crombie Loch, which, like all Scottish lochs, is stunningly beautiful, but also vaguely menacing in its ability to ruin a perfectly good day with unexpected weather. As we set off, the crisp winter air was, shockingly, mild. By Scottish winter standards, this meant that instead of losing feeling in your fingers immediately, you had a solid 10 minutes before frostbite set in. The path, a well-maintained track looping the loch, offers an easy walk suitable for all fitness levels, including those who consider walking from the car to the fridge an endurance sport. Crombie Loch is the main attraction, a serene body of water reflecting the surrounding pines and oaks, giving off that tranquil yet slightly haunted vibe that all Scottish woodlands have. The loch was originally created in 1868 as a reservoir for Dundee's thirsty population, and although it no longer serves that function, it still provides ample opportunities for existential contemplation while staring at the ripples. Of course, any sense of peace is shattered the moment you encounter the birds. The geese of Crombie have, at some point, decided they own the place, and they patrol the shores like feathered security guards ready to evict trespassers. There is nothing more humbling than being physically intimidated by a bird whose ancestors once thought it was a good idea to migrate here on purpose. Aside from battling for dominance with the local wildlife, Crombie has plenty of sights to enjoy. Along the route, you'll find an old boathouse, an impressive dam, because nothing says picturesque like human attempts to control water, and a series of wooden bridges that add a certain storybook charm, or at least they would if you weren't constantly worrying about slipping and testing the water's hypothermic properties. One of the highlights is the children's adventure playground, where small humans can burn off energy, climbing, swinging, and generally making a racket. It's an excellent place if you have kids, and an even better place to avoid if you enjoy quiet walks. There's also the tree trail, an enlightening experience for anyone who has ever looked at a tree and thought, I wish I knew more about that specific tree. A variety of local and exotic species are labelled, which is perfect for impressing people later with the phrase, ah yes, the mighty Scots pine, a tree of great historical and ecological significance, or alternatively, for making you realise you can only identify Christmas trees and nothing else. As we completed the loop, I reflected on the experience. Crombie Country Park is a solid choice for a peaceful walk, assuming you don't mind geese with an aggressive sense of self-importance. It's accessible, well-maintained, and provides just enough historical intrigue to make you feel like you've learned something, without the inconvenience of actually having to try. Plus, there's the added bonus that you can reward yourself with a hot drink and some cake afterwards, which, let's be honest, is the real reason anyone does these walks. So, Would I recommend Crombie Country Park? Absolutely. It's scenic, it's historic, and it's just the right level of exertion for a hiking experience without any actual hiking. And remember, if you enjoyed this, subscribe to Highland Explorer, where we continue to test the limits of our enthusiasm for outdoor adventures, one vaguely reluctant step at a time.